As Joe knows, it's been an extremely exhausting week. I just want to assure you again, you will get my content here. This is my podcast. I own this podcast. Okay. This will be here next week. The radio program syndicated through Cumulus, which has a vaccine mandate, that conversation has not been going well. It's been degenerating even worse. It is ongoing. But as I said to them, and I will repeat again with Cumulus, I am not going to be there while there is a vaccine mandate. They can have the vaccine mandate or they can have me, but they can't have both. So we are going to have to work something out. Stat. I appreciate the ongoing conversation, but next week, this podcast will be here. I promise you. So make sure you subscribe and download the shows. I really appreciate it. And don't miss my show on Fox, Unfiltered, tomorrow night, Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I've got a monologue asking the question, are you a second-class citizen in your own country? I think the evidence is pretty compelling. Hey, Dan, this is by Dadology. I am truly inspired by your will to not be broken. I work for a big Fortune 15 company. It forces the liberal agenda on its employees. I've had to sit through BLM support calls, white privilege calls, biting my tongue the whole time. Now I have until November 17th to turn in my vaccination card or I'll be shown the door. Listening to your show today, I realized that they broke me and had me on my knees. I am a father of two and the sole provider for my family, but I do not want to be on my knees anymore. I believe in the vaccine, but not government tyrannical mandates. What do you recommend for people like me to get off our knees and begin to dance? Hey, man, that's a good question. Listen, anyone telling you they can take on every fight all the time is sadly lying to you. Not everyone, including you, it appears from this case, are able to take on every fight and every moment. You have to decide for yourself if leaving your job because of this vaccine mandate, what kind of damage it would do to you and your family. And believe me, I am not here judging anyone. I am not in a position to do that. I have the means and the resources to fight this fight, and I will. It's going to come at great expense to me, just like it would come at great expense to you. But I have the ability to withstand whatever's coming my way. I've been very savvy about what I do with my business relationships and what I do with my money. Having said that, does everybody out there have to resign immediately and protest? I'm not here to tell you what you have to do or don't have to do. I'm here to tell you there may be a different way. What do I recommend? If you can't resign because you have to provide for your family and starvation is not a palatable option, you can go to your local Republican club or Tea Party group or Libertarian club. You can show up at a school board meeting. You can email your legislators and demand to see what they're doing, like they're doing in Florida now to ban vaccine mandates. You can send emails. You can call people. You can donate to political campaigns for candidates who are fighting this stuff. So, Dadology, there's a lot of things you can do. You don't have to do them all, but you do have to do one. And resigning may not be it. I'm not here to lecture anybody. Believe me, there's a lot of places a lot of things and places I'd like to send a message to. And sometimes because it involves a third party, it's a different relationship. I'll explain that another time. But I'm doing what I can do at great cost. And some of you have to figure out what cost you're willing to take. All right, last question. Sorry, I kind of droned on a little bit about that one, but it's important to me. That's why. Hey, Dan, how do I, as a single father, help in the fight to save the country and protect my daughter from the CRT garbage being taught in Fairfax County, Virginia? Also, there's lots of Youngkin signs appearing in yards that had Biden-Harris signs just a few months back. God bless you, Dan and company. This is BX2VA Brian. Listen, I already kind of explained what you could do in the last question. I only bring up this question because of the Youngkin signs. Glenn Youngkin is running for governor as a Republican in Virginia. It appears by some polling he is either even or ahead of Terry McAuliffe, the dreadful Democrat right now. Why are there signs appearing in Northern Virginia, which has gone deep blue? Because the Republicans have finally found a path to victory in blue states. It's focusing on students, on schools, on education, on bodily sovereignty, on these vaccine issues. These are winning issues. And if the Democrats lose big in Virginia, which I think they could, it's possible. It'll send a message all over the country. So I'll tell you, Brian VA, whatever that name was, sorry about that. It's not on the screen, but you got to go vote. That message, if Glenn Youngkin wins, will resonate around the country. Okay, just a final story before we go. There is a way to beat cancel culture in relationship to the past two questions. You have to stand up. You're not alone. You're not alone in this fight. Dave Chappelle could have backed down and apologized for his comedy act, which allegedly, I say allegedly, these people make this stuff up all the time. They pretend to be victims, allegedly offended a group of people. Chappelle is showing no signs of getting canceled, however, folks. He just performed to a sold-out show in London. Look at this Fox News report by Jessica Napoli. Sold-out show. Just plow ahead and keep going. You can't get canceled if you don't allow it. Remember Quintus Aeneas. I use this quote all the time. An enemy isn't vanquished until he considers himself so. Do you consider yourself vanquished? Well, if you don't, you're not. Don't let them cancel you. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I appreciate it. I don't know what's going to happen next week on the radio, but I know for sure I will be here on the podcast. So please follow the show at rumble.com/Bongino. I'll see you all here on Monday.
Good day, sir.
You just heard the Dan Bongino Show.